All right, let's talk about how to implement activity-based costing. How do we actually do activity-based costing? So there's 5 steps when it comes to implementing ABC or activity-based costing. The first one is to identify the activities. Now, a lot of times from a class perspective, these are going to be done for you. They're going to be listed out for you. So you really don't have to do anything there other than to say, these are the activities that I'm going to be using. From a practical standpoint, typically you're going to bring in somebody to look at the activities that's going to be used within the processes of the production of the units. Now, you could have as many as 20 activities up to 200 activities when you're breaking these down. I would venture to say in your classes you're not going to have that many, maybe 5 total. Now, step 2 is going to be to develop the activity cost pools. How much estimated manufacturing overhead are you going to put to each of these activities? Again, from a classroom perspective, this is probably going to be identified for you. So again, you don't have to do anything for this one. In step 3, these activities are going to be based on a cost driver. Your cost driver is just another way of saying your activity base. So what is your activity going to be driven by? Step 3 is to calculate the activity cost pool rates. This is when you're actually going to have to start going to work, because we're actually going to have to calculate the rate. Now, if you remember the POR equation, where we had to find the predetermined overhead rate, which is estimated total overhead divided by estimated total base, then this activity costing pool is going to be pretty much the same. We're going to find it the same way, except we're going to do it per rate, not for the total. So our equation here is going to be, our activity cost pool rate is going to be our estimated total activity cost pool divided by the estimated total activity driver volume. So again, it is still estimated overhead divided by estimated base. It's just specific to the activity, not in total. Now, step 4, we're going to take that and we're going to allocate the cost to the product or service. Now, again, we're going to use a very similar equation that we did when we applied predetermined overhead rate. The equation here is going to be the allocation cost, or allocated cost, equals the activity rate that we just found times the actual driver, the activity driver consumption, the actual number. So again, very similar to the POR. And then finally, the 5th one is that we're going to calculate the unit product cost. And that includes, again, the direct material, the direct labor, manufacturing overhead. These are your 5 steps when it comes to implementing ABC.